GIFs used in this video were actually really used for copyright claims. There was no video in it. Also, in this video, there shall be some images of basically scenes from Bakši's films, but viewer discretion is advised that basically we might need to censor some of them due to the nature of his films. That's the skim up. Goodbye. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mega Geniuses, and today we're going to talk about two films from the exact same guy. Let's get over film directors, and basically let's talk about one's two films. I would like to do a career retrospective on this guy later, because he is a favourite of mine. But this is the story and the legend known as Ralph Bakshi. Ralph Bakshi is a director that was well known in the 70s for making adult animated films. His films were weird, political, and raunchy, and definitely in bad taste. But basically, they're definitely interesting or have gained a fan base. And basically, his work has been considered art. He's up there with directors like Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, George Lucas, all of them. But he's not really as well known as them, but basically he is considered to be up there with them. He's even spoke to them and basically was a part of the Directors Club. But we're not going to talk about his films. We're going to talk about two of them. These two. These films being Wizards, a sci-fi film that was released in 1977, and Fritz the Cat, a raunchy X-rated anime film released in 1972. If we're going to talk about these films, we're going to talk about the story, and first I'm going to start off with Wizards in this situation. The film follows Avatar and Black Wolf, two magical brothers known as wizards. After their mother dies, Black Wolf sees to basically take over the world and destroy it. But Avatar stops him and basically doesn't kill him because he's related to him as his brother. But years later, Black Wolf sends Peace to basically hunt down fellow wizards and basically kill his brother, just so he doesn't get in the way of his real plan. His real plan is to basically use a projector to basically help his army. You see, his army usually gets bored and basically disinterested while going into battle, and they always lose. But with the projector, it shows Nazi imagery that basically inspires his army to basically hunt down and kill the warriors. The projector's footage shall also basically make the warriors weak in fear, leaving them agile to attacks and basically make them lose. Avatar, basically finding out about this, decides to go with his friends, known as Weehawk and Queen Eleanor, who is a fairy, and basically they also mind control Peace after he tries to assassinate them, and basically they decide to basically go on this world journey to basically stop Black Wolf from using this weapon. But Black Wolf also has other plans to use basically stuff from basically the olden times, like military weapons and basically other things, technology. And also, technology is banned in this world, so they have to stop him before he does it. This has got to be one of my favourite animated films of all time. Just look at my Letterboxd account, it definitely explains it. The film is just beautiful and is incredible. I do have a few flaws, but the only flaw I have about it is definitely, well, this character right here. I love him, but what happens is, well, yeah. But another thing that's interesting about this film is that basically it's rated. The film is rated PG. I'm okay with the film being rated PG. But the thing is, you probably wouldn't guess that until you look into the box, because this film is violent as hell. There is some bloody violence in this flick. And it's quite incredible that the film actually getting away with some of this stuff. Like an innuendo, for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake, with all the crap that we've been getting nowadays, all these kid films that come out, this has got to be something like original and cult classic, because Jesus Christ. Another thing that's interesting is that the film was released at the exact same time as Star Wars, and it was kind of overshadowed. But the films did do well at the box office, and Bakshi has stated that he would like to do a sequel. And basically it said it would be about complete madness and how bizarre the film would be. But that probably won't really happen unless he basically still has a partner with Fox, because this bastard owns the company and would probably be scared if he saw what the original film was like. Even though the film is not that popular, it still is well received, and even though its critics didn't like it, it does have a fan base. There's people that did fan art for the film. Hell, there's this really cool model that I saw of piece that I would really like to buy. Too bad that it's over $100. There's also cosplays of the characters, and I am happy that the film has been a lot of fan base. It is good to see basically a film that's so weird and out of touch and is kind of a kid's film being well received by a fan base. Well done, I guess. But now that we've done Wizards, it's time to get to the next film, one of Bakski's first film, Fritz the Cat. Fritz is a college student who just keeps failing. He seems to have trouble. After an orgy in a bathtub that totally goes wrong since he's basically ignored for the whole thing, he's basically chased by 2 pig cops. But after this ordeal, he decides that he wants to change the world, or basically affect it in somehow. He wants to be known, he wants to be someone different, he wants to strive and be free. And basically he finds what the world is like is just awful and criticizes it. The film is unapologetically Bakshi. It's one of his cult classic. Also, the film was released in 1972, so there are a bit of a stereotype kind of thing, but man, this is a really hard X-rated film. For God's sake, there's sex, there's drugs, like a lot of them. This is looking at another thing. There's heroin, there's Jewish dogs, there's violence, there's also a bloody rabbit that's a Nazi, and it's just incredible. Oh yeah, there was also a sequel, but Bakshi wasn't involved in the film and it didn't do very well at the box office. But Fritz does become a Nazi in it, so there's that. But I have to admit, I really do like Fritz the Cat. It's a weird, bizarre film from the 70s that's also known as a time capsule, and is up there as a cult classic. But if I was going to pitch which one is better, I would probably have to say I'm probably going to go with Wizards on this one. It's just more of a cult classic to me, and I love it even more. And I would probably watch it 1,000 more times and introduce it to more people. Yeah, Wizards is the better film, but I would like to also recommend Fritz the Cat. It is Bakski's masterpiece, but I like Wizards more. I like it more. But I do like Fritz the Cat. I really love both of these films. But if I was going to pick which one, I would usually pick this one, because this one is pretty good. I have also seen Fritz the Cat too, The 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat, but it was good. It's good. It was them, but it's trying to capture Bakshi, and it just didn't work. But still, I do recommend them. I also recommend other Bakshi films. For God's sake. He directed the animated Lord of the Rings. What more do you want? Anyways, that was all I have to say for this video. And basically, I hope I see you on the next video. Subscribe to the channel, known as Mega Geniuses. And also one more thing. Make sure you do subscribe, or else this pig cock will kill you.
Golden goodbye, baby, diamond ring.